Hi, my name's Ruan and this is my channel, The Yorkshire Sew Girl. I'm alive, I'm here. A few people have been like, where are you? Because I know I haven't been around for a while, simply because my children are chaotic in the summer holidays. And we've been trying to spend some time together. We've been on holiday, we've been to Legoland and we've been to Ireland and yeah, so I've rushed home from work, hence the hair thrown up. I've got like a squirrel's tail going on at the back here. I've had any makeup on, but I thought I'll come and say hello so that you all don't think there's something happened to me. This is really high up. I mean, you're pretty much looking at my ceiling. Let's see if I can just bring you down slightly. That's a bit better, isn't it? So what I thought I'd do is I'd quickly come on here and do a bit about what I've made recently, because I've not had a chance to vlog it or anything. I know I used to do like monthly plans, what I've made in that month. So I kind of all gone to pop. So I'm just doing random vlogs whenever I get the chance. I'm just going to record something and wang it on. And yeah, I'm afraid it won't be all polished and stuff. But not that you expect that from me anyway. So yeah, so the first thing I made that I haven't talked about, I don't think. I mean, there might even be other bits that I haven't even talked about yet. But the first thing I made was I joined in the Crafty So and So PJ party that they had, where everybody made some pyjamas and then they revealed it at the end of last month or the month before. Where am I? What day am I? Oh my God, it's September. Okay, that was the end of July. There's been a whole month in between. But anyway, we are where we are. So I made, I'll tell you what I made. That's all we'll do. I made the Peppermint magazine loungewear set, which has been done by Common Stitch. So it's a top and trousers with pockets, and it's all in centimetres, so it's hurting my brain just looking at it. But I went with a size E for reference if anybody wanted to check me out. Now, I've recently done my measurements, and I think I've been in denial that I'm still the same measurements that I was before Christmas, and I'm obviously not. There's a couple of extra inches here and there. So I think I've been making all of my makes according to my pre-Christmas weight, and I'm very lucky that anything fits me, basically, because I am not that size. So I've been very lucky. But I went with a size E because it's a really oversized loungewear top, like a cropped top. And then I just cut the trousers down to make them into shorts and added a little frill to the bottom of them. And I'm super happy with them, in all honesty. I made them in this double gauze. Get a load of my bloomers. Look massive now, don't they? I made it in that gorgeous double gauze fabric that I got from one of my Sew Hayley Jane boxes. And then this is the little frill. It's not a very frilly frill, but I didn't want them too poofy on my legs. And I made them not too indecently short. My mum bought me some pyjamas for my birthday, and they're obscene. You can nearly see my bum cheeks. No one needs to be seeing that, I'll tell you. Oh, my husband quite liked it. But yeah, so there's the pyjama bottoms. They've got little pockets here, and then a little frill, and then the top looks like this. Sorry, it's been folded up in a pyjama drawer. Although I have to say, these are my favourite pyjamas I've ever had in my whole entire life. And normally, as soon as they've been washed, I then wear them. But yesterday, they were washed and ironed and put back in my drawer. And I was going to wear them last night, and then I thought, no, I'm going to try and do a vlog tomorrow. That's how much I love you guys. I didn't wear these last night when I was desperate to, because they are... all I want is double gauze pyjamas. From now on, I'll be happy. I'd die happy woman. And then I put these little labels in. To me, love me, which were my little present that I got from Hayley for subscribing for a year to the boxes. So yeah, so it dips down at the back. It is quite short. And another thing is, the other week my mum was here, and she is awesome. She looks after the kids a couple of days a week for me. Sometimes, if I'm really lucky, she does some of my washing and some of my ironing. And she'd put them in the tumble dryer. So they were so nice and fluffy when I got them out. But you could basically see all of my tummy area because they'd shrunk a bit. But I've washed them again since and ironed them out, and they're absolutely fine. I would highly recommend this pattern. I will 100% be making more. And yeah, don't don't bother making anything other than double gauze pyjamas in the future because they're amazing. And the pattern was so simple to put together. You would have no issues with it being a beginner or anything. Spot on. So I will put photos in somewhere along the lines here as well, if I remember, if I get a chance. The next thing I made was the spring dress by Nina Lee, and I've talked about this in one of my other vlogs. You know, I was in the process of making it, but that's done now, and that was with some Lady McElroy viscose, which was beautiful and gifted to me by the lovely Rachel at So Totally Me. And here she is. This is the lightest, softest, most beautiful fabric ever. And I genuinely thought it was going to be see-through. When I hold that up to the light now, you can't see it, but I can see through this. And I was like, oh, people are going to be able to see my pants. But no problem at all. And do you know what else I like about this? I reckon I could wear that into the autumn with some black tights and some boots. So I think this will continue right the way through into my autumn wardrobe as well. I say that like I've got, you know, loads of different seasons in my wardrobe. I haven't. They're just all rammed in there and I need to go through it. But I made this in a size 14 and it fits really well. Now, when I look at the measurements back again, because I didn't realise I'd put so much weight on, say it fast and it will disappear. I should have probably gone up a size, but do you know what? There's plenty of ease in it. So, and I didn't want it really, really loose fitting. I know it is actually meant to be like a buffet dress, as they said on the Sewing Bee. Modifications for anybody who didn't watch my other vlog is I brought this up by an inch because I've seen for some people say it was really, really low, and I haven't got a pair of busters that are, you know, anything to look at, so I didn't really want that out. I increased the width of the ties just a little bit as well because they are very thin, and trying to do anything with them is probably hard work. So I extended that. I added, I think it was 1 inch onto the bodice and 2 inches onto each tier, and that is because I'd heard it was incredibly short and I'm tall, you know, giant like. So yeah, I added I think it was 5 inches onto it altogether, and again I'll pop some pictures up. The other thing that I did, which I think I mentioned previously, was the cuff. So on the pattern it's incorrect. There is a short sleeve and a 3/4 length sleeve, and the cuff has been done only for the long sleeve, but obviously the long sleeve is thinner. So the bigger sleeve here, the pattern isn't drafted correctly. So I changed the arm dimension to match the cuff. I was a little bit tight. So I think when I make it again, and I will make it again because I really like the fit on it, it looks beautiful, I love it. I will do it the other way around. I'll increase the cuff dimension to match the sleeve width to give me a little bit more room there, if that makes sense. And the other thing, oh, here we go, it's all coming back to me now. The other thing that I did slightly differently is the cuff is double-sided. You see? I suppose it's so that if you've got a fabric that is, you know, printed on one side and isn't yarn dyed, that you don't see. So you can see straight into my sleeve there, look, you see that bit there? So that bit doesn't show when you're flapping about your arms, flapping about. But I didn't like how they constructed it in the pattern. So what I did is I literally just put the two pieces together, sewed them together, basted them, and then sewed them on like I would do any other cuff to the other sleeve, and it worked out so much better. So I've got a big bit of summit hanging down here, look, a bit of summit hanging down. But I've worn this only once so far and I've had a lot of compliments, so I'll be wearing that more often. And I definitely want to make another one as well. I was thinking in maybe a thicker viscose, like a viscose twill type fabric. Something like that would be really nice for the autumn. And yeah, I may have purchased some products from the Rainbow Fabric sale, so maybe something like that. Who knows? Next up, because obviously I was going on holiday, I wanted a couple of nice dresses for going on my holiday. I made another wide strap maxi dress from Peppermint magazine. Sorry, I didn't show you the spring dress, did I? Pattern. People probably seen it all over the place. Free with magazine, even better, with Simply Sewing, and I made a size 14 for anybody for reference. Forget all this sort of stuff, don't I? So yeah, then I made the Peppermint magazine wide strap maxi dress. And don't forget, all of the patterns on Peppermint magazine website are completely free. Say what? And they're all brilliant. So I've also printed out the Paddington top, which is one of their newer ones, ready to go as well. And they're free. But I have gone and given a donation, because you can give a donation towards the magazine to make sure that they can do stuff. I'm not so sure you can hear that, but that's my husband whizzing stuff up in the kitchen downstairs. Oh, okay, everyone, you're going to go do a vlog. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make as much noise in the kitchen as I possibly can. Anyway, so I made a size F in this one, and it's really size inclusive. It's brilliant, and I loved it when I made mine for the Frugal Frocks challenge that myself and Sam from Frugalissima did. So I made exactly the same size again, although this time I've not done the elastic at the back tight enough, I don't think. So I'm going to have to unpick that and make it a bit tighter, because when I was on holiday and I was wearing it, it was very loose, which made my straps kept coming down. So I just need to unpick it, nick a bit off the elastic and do it again. But I made it in this, watch everything fall down when I pull this out, this amazing pink and red seersucker fabric. I can't remember where I got this from. It was either Lamazi or Fabric Godmother. I'm not sure, but I've seen it somewhere, so I will try and link it if I can. All patterns and fabrics and stuff I'll link. Can you hear my husband? I don't know if you can, but it's literally like he's drilling the wall behind me. He's making hummus or something, I don't know. It's a vegan, so he made stuff, weird stuff all the time. It's just made me try and eat something. It was coriander and lemon something or other. But anyway, so yeah, so I've done that again in a size F. And I didn't do the full maxi length version. I did the same length that I had done for my Frugal Frocks, which is just below knee length. I think if I made it again, I'd either make the maxi or maybe cut it a little bit shorter, but you can't kind of shorten it after you've made it by cutting the hem off, because you finish the hem off really nicely. And then it has a little split up the side, and it's, you know, it's all top stitched on, and it's just beautiful. And this is a really good introduction for someone if they're starting out into French seams as well, because it's all French seamed, and yeah, it's gorgeous. It has a centre seam all the way down the front as well, which I used to my advantage when I had my striped fabric, because I did some of it a different way. So I did think about potentially just cutting this on the fold instead of into two pieces. Can you hear him singing now? Just take it, Mickey. He is taking the Mickey. Gonna get him there. But I love that feature, even though I'm not playing around with direction of print and everything. So yeah, I love that. I swished around loads on holiday. Only thing is, I don't have any photos of it yet. I forgot to take photos when I was on holiday, and typical British weather, it's absolutely garbage outside and freezing. So I'm kind of thinking I'll be getting my winter wardrobe out, never mind getting photos of this. So as soon as I've got photos, I'll wang them on Instagram. But until then, no chance, have we? And then I made another dress. So I've had this pattern, the Kilo Wrap dress pattern from Name Clothing for donkeys. I got it when they first brought out the jumpsuit version, and I've just never made it. It's just sat there basically. And I thought, oh, I could do with a really quick, easy, comfy dress for being on holiday. And I had some fabric that I bought a long time ago from Lucky Fashion in Dewsbury. Tell me you can hear that whizzing. Jeez Louise. Why couldn't he have gone and mowed the lawn first and then done this after? I mean, it's ridiculous. He's going to blow the whizzer thing. What do you call it? What do you call it? Blender thing. You know what I'm trying to say. He's going to blow it up. He's using it that much right now. I think he's doing it on purpose. Yeah, so anyway, I digress. Yes, so I made this in this gorgeous bubble crepe, stretch bubble crepe fabric from Lucky Fashion in Dewsbury that I bought a long time ago. It was just sat in my stash for ages. So it's been quite good because I've managed to make a few things with stuff from my stash. And yeah, really quick, simple make. I did the short version, so it's just to the knee, and I did the sleeveless version, but obviously you can put short sleeves in it, long sleeves in it, you can make a jumpsuit, you can do it to the floor, all sorts of different things. And it's cinched together with these massive ties. Now, When I say I inched every single bit of this fabric out for this pattern, I mean it. I got to the end and I didn't think I had enough for the neckband or the ties, and I was nearly crying. Like, no, please, no, I've cut everything else out, because obviously they're big pattern pieces. But I just managed to do the neck piece, and then all I've done with this is I've actually cut it into 2 pieces. So you can see the join there, look. That actually looks like I've tried to pattern match it, but I haven't, but it does look quite good. I mean, I should just say that I did try and pattern match that then, shouldn't I? So I did that, and then guess what I did when I did it? And I decided I was going to top stitch it, because it's bubble crepe, you know, sometimes you can't press it very well. So I decided I was going to top stitch all the way along, all the way down. Oh, it took forever to do it. Went over to the iron, went to iron it, stuck my iron on it and lifted it up, and up came the fabric with it, and I put a massive hole in one of them. So it's one of them patterns where it's really well drafted, it's really well, got the instructions are brilliant, and it should be like that, but you kind of lose concentration because it's an easy pattern, and I just did loads of stuff wrong, loads of stuff. So again, I managed to get some tiny little scraps out and bodge them together again, and I had to do it again because I couldn't live with it. The other thing that I did wrong was the armbands. So you bind the armbands. I'm going to have a look at this because I'm not so sure it's me that got this wrong, but on the pattern, there's a notch for if it's a sleeved pattern, and there's a notch for if it's sleeveless. Now, I could have sworn I did the sleeveless one because I was very particular about it. But when I put my binding on and then sewed the side seams up together, I couldn't move my arm, basically. It was that tight. I was literally like this. Oh my God, right, what have I done wrong here? And I think it was all to do with that notch. So I must remember to go back into the pattern and scribble on there to make sure that you got the right notch, because you want the lower notch for the sleeveless one, because you need some room under there, you know. But so I had to unpick it all, and it was overlocked, and there was binding on it, and it was stretch fabric, and it was all done as lightning zigzag stitch. So yeah, it wasn't fun, but I did it, and I'm glad I did it because I loved the dress, absolutely love the dress. So I'm foreseeing some of these in maybe my autumn wardrobe as well. I'm thinking maybe some 3/4 length sleeved versions of this, because I think that'd look really nice in the office as well. Maybe in a more plain fabric. Who am I kidding? As if it's not going to be plain fabric with me, is it? But yeah, beautiful. Absolutely love everything about it, and the fact that you can cinch it in by you know, the ties is even better, because then if you've had a big dinner like I was having on holiday, spot on. And then last but not least, now I haven't really got many pictures of this. If I can dig some out, I'll put them up there, because I know some people have actually messaged me and asked me. But if you remember, it was mine and my mum's birthday last month in August, and I really wanted to make my mum something nice. My mum does a lot of stuff for me. She's the biggest support ever. And she helps me out a lot. Obviously, I'm a full-time working mum. I help out my husband with his business as well, and I've got 2 young children, blah, 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 and I've got a right social life as well. So sometimes I find it really difficult to manage everything without collapsing. And she's my rock, so she will, like I said earlier, she'll put some washing in for me, sometimes do my ironing. She's just ace. So, you know, I sometimes feel like all I'm saying is thank you, thank you, thank you all the time. So I wanted to make her something special. I bought her a few things, but I wanted to pick a pattern and pick a fabric that I knew she would love. And I'd seen Karen on So Little Time make the Lucia dress by Friday Pattern Company. Here it is. So it's a lovely little dress that's for stretch fabrics, and it's got like a tie here, and then little cap sleeves, and then it's A-line, and my mum looks really good in A-line. So I took the plunge. I didn't ask for her measurements or anything like that, because I didn't want her to know that I was making her something. And I went online to find some jersey. I was going to use a viscose jersey, but Karen said my opinion would be to go with a cotton jersey, because I think she's done 2 versions, a cotton jersey version and a velvet version, I think. And so I saw this on Minerva, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I couldn't decide between, there's 3 different variants. There's like an autumnal colour one, it's all like blush peachy colour. There's this one, which has got like a really pale blue background, and my mum loves blue. And then there's a really dark background. I don't know if it's black or really dark navy. I can't remember now. And I really wanted the dark one because that would be my style. But my friend Michelle at work said, no, your mum will like this one. I know she will. So she bullied me and made me get this one. So this is just a little bit of scrap fabric that I've got. But you know when fabric's just so beautiful that I've kept my scraps because I'm going to make, I don't know, anything. Probably not big enough to make pants, but I'll make some headbands and things like that with it, I think, and some scrunchies, because yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. So I made on the bust a size large, and then I went out to an XL on the waist and hips because that was similar to what I would have done for myself. And my mum's not the same, she's shorter than me, but we're both quite pear-shaped, if that makes sense. So I thought, do you know what? It's quite a forgiving top anyway, because it cuts under the bust and then skims out. So I was thinking, you know, I'm just going to have to go for it and just pray to God. And that's what I did. And it paid off. Oh, yes. So she opened it on her birthday. She was in Tenerife. It's all right for some. And she said she felt $1 million in it, and it fit her like a dream. So if I could find any pictures, I'll put them up here. But I haven't put any on my Instagram yet because I think the pictures that they sent me were a bit dark. So I would love to get some better pictures of her so I can put them properly on my Instagram. But I'll put a link down below for this if they've got any left. But I do also know that Andrea from the Pink Door is also got the dark version of this now. Shouldn't have told you that, should I? Because I want it, and if you guys buy it and then I can't get it, I'm going to be really jealous. But I'll put a link to the dark one as well through Andrea Beyond the Pink Door if you're interested. But really, really nice. Sewed up like a dream. Karen had given me a hint about lining, because you only line one side of the bodice, not the other side. But she said it'd be nice to kind of line it all. So I did. But I didn't follow her instructions properly, and I still end up having to join the seams up here. So next time I'm going to take more notice of what she did. So I did line both sides, but I would like to do it properly the way Karen's done it, so that it would keep this seam here inside all encased in the lining, the bodice being lined. So spot on. I would recommend this, and I think this would be lovely again, like I say, in a beautiful stretch velvet or something like that. It would look gorgeous. So I've made a bit, haven't I? I've made a fair bit. The only thing I'm working on at the moment is the Bloomsbury blouse by Nina Lee. Here we go. So this would be the fourth pattern that I've made by Nina Lee. So I've made the Bakerloo blouse. I've made the spring dress, and I've made the, the sweater dress that I absolutely love, and I'm definitely going to make some of them for the autumn as well, but for some reason it's escaping me the name of it anyway. And I absolutely love how everything she drafts fits. I think it's magical. Maybe it's just one of those designers that fits my body type, I don't know, but I absolutely love it. So I'm making the Bloomsbury blouse now, and I'm making it with, let me find a bit of scrap fabric, this red and white striped cotton. That is from So Totally Me, because I'm part of her brand ambassador team, and this is the first one that I've done. So it's really beautiful and soft, and you know, obviously I tend to work with fabrics a lot of the time that are a bit difficult, and this is just like a dream. Except when I did the big frill along here, I put it on the wrong way around, and that took me a long time to do, so I had to unpick it all last night, and then repin it and resew it. Not a happy bunny. But yeah, and also this weekend I'm doing something quite exciting. I won't tell you too much about it now, but I might try and do a bit of vlogging. Might not, might look a bit embarrassing, but we'll see. I'm doing something quite exciting this weekend to do with sewing. So yeah, when I've done that, and if I manage to get any vlogging material, I will put that on my next vlog so that you know what I'm up to. But other than that, school holidays has been crazy. Every weekend's been full up with going places and doing things, and spare time has been non-existent. So yeah, sewing times I had to take a back seat, and you poor guys had to take even further back seat. But I'm hoping normal service will resume soon when Kids are back next week. I've loved having them off, but I am craving a bit of routine. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get a bit more time sewing. So fingers crossed anyway. Wherever you are, I hope you're well. I hope you've had time to sew, and I hope you're happy. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon. So take care, everybody. Bye.